Welcome to the Calallen Softball Coaches Show. I'm your host, Chris Daly, and each week I will be talking with head coach Teresa Lentz from the Calallen Wildcats softball team. We will jump in right after these messages. We definitely want to thank our title sponsor, Shocker Wildlife Resources. Yes, Anthony Trevino at Shocker Wildlife, they do it all. Ranch and wildlife management. They do helicopter surveys, harvest data management, wildlife management plans, water distribution, prescribed burns, consulting, feeding programs. If you have a ranch, you need Shocker Wildlife Resources as your consultant. You can reach them by reaching out to Anthony Trevino, 361-850-0609. Yes, call Anthony Trevino at 361-850-0609. If you have a ranch, you definitely need to know Anthony. Caliber Collision understands how much you depend on your vehicle. Let their repair experts help you get back to what's most important. Caliber Collision and Caliber Auto Glass specialize in happy customers, expert repairs, and most importantly, restoring the rhythm of your life. That's Caliber Collision. You can find them at caliber.com. All right, everybody, join me in welcoming Coach Teresa Lentz to the Calallen Softball Coaches Show. Coach, how are things going?
Going great. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing wonderful. I get to talk sports, so, I have a pretty good life.
Yes, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so speaking of sports, when we last spoke, it was just before the final TM game, the rival game. Playoff seating's pretty much set already, but tell me how the game went.
Oh, the game went well, and it was the last game of the district. It was the last district game of the season, and we're finishing it off with TM. No better person to finish it off with, and they're a good team. We can't take them lightly or for granted. We ended up finishing out with the win. We had Bianca start the game for us, and she finished the whole game, and she did amazing. She did great. She did exactly what we needed her to do, and she forced the other team to pop up and ground out and working on stuff, and she looked great, just what we needed her to do right before we get into playoffs. So it was really, really, really exciting to see our defense, play behind her, made some big-time plays, got some big-time plays in the outfield. They hit the ball. I want to say they had 4 hits. And when they did hit, we did a great job playing defense behind her, getting the ball in and just kind of minimizing some of the damage. But the girls did amazing. Their bats were on fire. I want to say they had 16 hits.
Wow.
It was 15-4, and we run rolled them in 6. So it was good. It was good. And hats off to TM. I mean, they scored. I want to say they scored in the 5th inning, and we could have run rolled them in 5, but they came back and scored that one run. And so they're hanging in there and fighting. They're not a bad team at all. And they did a good job. But some of the highlights is Braylon Bailey. She went 3 for 4. She had 2 RBIs, just killing the ball. She hit one off the fence, and I'm pretty sure she left a mark on it. And then Brooklyn Metter was 3 for 5 RBI. She had a home run. She again hit a laser on the fence, like just 1 foot from being over. I felt like it was just line drive, hard shot, and the girls were hitting's contagious. It was kind of scary to watch some of the girls hitting it so hard. It was, but something that we want to see around this time. So hopefully we can keep that going and keep the momentum going. So we're feeling good about ourselves going into this first round.
Yeah, definitely. And before we talk about that, let's talk about the girls themselves. you've had a few that are doing really good stuff when it comes to track and field. Talk about that a little bit.
We had, Brooklyn Metter is going to state for discus. And she got in with a wild card. She finished third in the region, but our region is fairly strong, so that ended up working in her benefit, and she gets the wild card to go to state for the second time. Second year in a row, and she's a senior, so that's really, really something special for her. And it was a tough day, but there was a lot of wind, and that plays a factor into everything. So we had Aldrina Almaraz regionals for shot, and she unfortunately did not make it, but she had a great junior year, and she made it to regionals for the first time. And then we had Lizzie Smith, who is one of our outfielders and runners, and she was third in high jump, and she was so close to getting where she needed to be, because the top two go, and I believe she was like she had 3 jumps, and I think she clipped her heels clipped the pole 3 times. So she was so close to doing what she needed to do. And I know they work hard, and they're bouncing back from softball to track, and I feel for them, but they worked really, really hard, and they did their best. They had a good showing, and Brooklyn gets to throw at state next Thursday in Austin. So that's really exciting. I'm super proud of them, and nobody realizes how hard it is to do that, to work all that extra, to do more above and beyond just softball. So, hats off to them for committing to doing that.
Nice. And, we've talked about this at the beginning of the year, how Texas is very football centric. When you've got a team like you've got, in the history you've got, how well does that translate? Talk about the fans and the support they're getting from the community.
Oh, it's, it's kind of funny thing is, people kind of said this. They're like, man, we're so excited. Congratulations on making the playoffs. We've been waiting for this. It's been, waiting for us to get to the playoffs, because that's when the fun starts happening. Yeah. This time. And we grind it out during the season, and, the girls, all they know is just, hard work. And it's not so much fun, necessarily. I mean, being district champs, that, it's fun, but playoffs is where it gets really exciting, and the attention, the energy, the spotlight, the pressure. I think the girls kind of thrive off of that and like it. Not to say it makes it easier, it doesn't, but it makes it fun. It's fun for the community, fun for the parents and all our fans, and it's exciting. So, and with the new split between big school and small school, or Division I and Division II, I think it's going to be more exciting sooner. We're gonna. It looks like we could probably match up second round to Meadville, and Meadville team that we played to go to state in the past 3 years. We've faced them in the regional final. So, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, we've. I'm sorry, not 3 years, 2 years. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be different. We're playing somebody that we should possibly be facing in the 4th or 5th round, and now we're facing them in the 5th round. So, it's a little different, dynamic as far as playoffs and what we're used to, but I think it'll just make it that much more exciting for us to kind of get the juices going and see where we're at and see what we can do. If you can't beat them, early, you don't need to be playing, period.
I like it. And when we talked last week, you had said there was an option of this first round being a 1-game playoff or a 3-game playoff. What did we end up with, and how was that decided?
We district champions get to kind of decipher whether they want a series or a 1-gamer. I spoke with the other coach, and we felt like 1 game would probably be best. And so normally, maybe I wouldn't do that, but I understand that he only has one pitcher and that works for him. I said, okay, well, we can do that one gamer here at home. That sounds like a good idea. I'll take that as opposed to doing a series. So he agreed on that. So we kind of compromised there, and we have our first round of playoffs will be Friday at 7 p.m. here at home against Far Valley View. It's a team from the Valley, and it's the first time I think they've made it since 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So, they're excited, young team, and I believe he's a newer coach. So, this will be a good game, a great game for us to kind of get going and see where we need to be and get the ball rolling so we can kind of get where we want to be and see what we got.
Yeah, and now that it is playoff time, you're going to get everybody's best game because not only is it playoffs, but you're the two-time defending state champion. So this is their Super Bowl. This is their heavyweight championship, their WWE, heavyweight or whatever you want to call it. It's a big deal, even for this Far Valley View team.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal, and we've done what we've done in the past. I will say, that is the past, but hopefully the girls that have been with us and have been in that stage, in that moment, we can use their experience to help us kind of bridge some of the girls who maybe have not been in that situation and help them get understanding where their focus and approach needs to be for these games. So I'm hoping to see some leadership on that aspect from our girls, kind of carrying the younger and experienced girls into their mindset and their approach. I mean, it's still easier said than done. But I have no doubt that they'll be able to accomplish that and be where we need to be. And I really truly believe the key for us being successful in playing on the last day will be us being unselfish and coming together as a team. And playoffs kind of seems to do that sometimes because of the energy, and there's no way that you can win a game or even win a round unless the team comes together. So it kind of helps mold us to where we want to be in the end, hopefully. And I'm just excited to see how we can grow in doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Let's shift gears and talk about the sub-varsity. Good time to reflect on what they've had for the season.
Oh, yeah, my gosh. This is, one of the best, by far one of the best JV teams we've had in a long, long time. And we've had some great teams come through. But this team is, they're undefeated in district. They only lost one game. They tied one game, if I'm not mistaken. They were 19-1-1. But, they were a ton of fun to be around, and just super, super, excited just to work and grind. And, the fall in itself was fun with them. The entire class. It wasn't like, anybody was like, kind of not wanting to be here. Everybody kind of knew the expectation and understood it, and were energized to do whatever they needed to do to get better. And so, the girls just played all out. They had fun. They had energy. I just really, really appreciated and love being around the girls during games or in practice. We had two pitchers for JV, which is, not always a thing. Sometimes you don't only have but one pitcher, so we were fortunate enough to have Haley Acosta, who is a sophomore, and she has 2 years. She does a great job and doing what she needs to do, hit her spots, and getting some ground outs and things like that for us, and strikeouts. And then we had a freshman, Calallen Rodriguez, and she did an amazing job. And she's a up-and-coming freshman. I know, she's hitting the ball hard and playing everywhere and anywhere. And all the girls were hitting the ball hard. I mean, we had We had Andrea Flores that was playing good for us. We had Kelly Flores, who was a catcher, shortstop, super fast, hitting shots. We had Brianna Beltran, who, I mean, she just smacks that ball, just like nothing. And then her demeanor is just like, no big deal. She just has a calm demeanor about herself and carries herself like nothing really phases her. And I just love that about her. Gosh, who else? There was, Chloe Valdez, and Chloe Valdez had some shots off the wall, home runs for JV, and just really stepped up playing third base and doing whatever she needed to do. We had in the outfield, I think we had Aubrey Kimbrell. She's just covering a lot of ground, making some plays, super fun and super energetic and kind of goofy at times and silly, but she brings a really good positive vibe. We had Ashlyn Stanley, same thing, super fast. Balls hit to the outfield. Doesn't look like she has a chance to get it. She grabs it every time almost. Just a lot of fun with this group of girls, just doing what they need to do, being team players, being selfless. And when we needed them for varsity to help us be where we needed to be and run bases and prepare, they would do that. And on top of that, he looked really good. So if you were to see this JV team, you would see the way they run bases, they hit, and do all those things. You'd be like, how are they JV? I mean, they really stepped up, improved a ton, and played fearless. And I couldn't be more proud of them. And I couldn't be more proud of what Coach Razzo and Coach Cave, did with those girls this season. So really, really impressive.
Excellent. And this is the time of year you pull up some of those players. Who are some of the ones that you'll pull up?
We pulled up different girls for various reasons, not necessarily, it's kind of hard to explain, but, just we need options. We need bodies. We need all sorts of stuff to kind of help make sure we're healthy as a team and, for base running. So there's all sorts of reasons, and I'm not going to go into detail for each one, but we moved up Kelly Flores, who's super fast and will help us in that aspect. Brianna Beltran, who is the young lady who I feel like hits really well. She's very smart on the bases. Definitely can trust her to do what she needs to do on the base path and not get thrown out, and that's really important. KK or Calallen Rodriguez, same thing. Smart girl, has a lot of playing experience. Can help us in many ways. Aubrey Kimbrell, same thing. Smart, hustles, good runner. Might not play defense first or anything like that, but she's gonna come and give us everything she has every day. Andrea Flores, same thing. Good kid, great kid. She's a catcher for JV sometimes and plays second base, middle infield, outfield. Just a utility player. Can help us out in different ways, especially catching in the bullpen whenever we need it. And then Haley Acosta, who's a great hitter, great team player, has a lot of energy, smart on the bases, hustles everywhere she goes, and will do anything we need. And that's kind of what we need. We just need team players to buy in, understand their role, and understanding it's what can I do to help this team. And it's not about not the me. It's more we. And we need to have that mindset, and these girls have that, and that's why it's probably the most girls I ever moved up. But I feel with our experience in the past, it won't hurt us to have the bodies to help us be prepared and to get where we need to be for the practices and everything. Kind of being able to do scrimmages and whatnot, just to help us be prepared. And these girls are great kids. They work hard, so they've earned it.
Definitely. And talk about the other aspect of that, the importance of having the underclassmen, the sub-varsity kids, experience playoff baseball and see some of these better squads that you're going to run into. Oh,
yeah, exactly. So, this experience is invaluable. whether they're on the field or in the dugout. It really, you're there, you're understanding kind of what's to be expected, see, how the girls are playing, and, you're in it, you're learning, you're watching. The expectation is in front of them of what to do and how it's done. And that in itself is, not just for softball, but for life, just being able to handle that pressure, that stage, get a feel for it, feel comfortable in it, and have confidence in doing it. So next time around, it hopefully won't be so eye shocking. At least, it'll be something familiar to them. So it's important to help the younger ones get that feel, so they feel good and comfortable about it come the future. But for right now, I couldn't be more pleased with the girls and how they've been approaching our practices and stepping up and moving up with the other girls, because you always wonder, like, more girls, more drama, more girls. It kind of scares me, I'll be honest. But these girls aren't those type of girls, and they're a great group of kids. So far it's been fun and it's been exciting. So super pleased with how they've been coming out.
I love it. Well, Coach Lance, guys, I want to thank you again for sharing all this great information. Best of luck this week, and let's keep things rolling to the final day. It's going to be good.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Chris. You have a good day.
We also need to thank Downtime Services. Downtime Services offers specialized on-site field machining services that maximize your uptime without sacrificing quality. Their team of expert field machining services technicians will come to you and repair and modify your equipment on-site and on demand. Downtime Services, whatever you need, whenever you need. Find Downtime Services online at downtimeservices.com or call them at 800-900-1256. Hey, once again, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening to the Calallen Softball Coaches Show. Please share, subscribe, get the story out about this amazing program, these amazing girls, and don't forget to go out, fill the stands, and support your Calallen Wildcats. Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com.